It's 10:20. Means it's 4:20 somewhere. So if y'all got one, spark up. All right. Back to George again. We have a Pyramid of the Hopeless. Not 100% sure what this is going to be about, but let's find out. Excuse me for the sniffles. Allergies are destroying me still.
You can say what you want about Americans. You can call them smart, dumb, ignorant, innocent, naive, gullible, easily led, whatever you want. You're going to have to deal with them. You're going to have to deal with them because you're in the television business now. You got the All Suicide channel on cable TV. You need these people as viewers. You need people looking in. You got to worry about your ratings. You're going to have to be thinking about sweeps months. Most folks know what sweeps months are now. Those are the more important sweeps ratings months of the year when they put on all their biggest attractions and their hottest stars, try and pump the ratings up a little bit, get the local stations to adjust their advertising rates. You're going to have to compete with the mentality of network television. And I think on an all suicide channel during sweeps months, you're going to have to go with mass suicides. Big public events where hundreds of people kill themselves all at the same time right on live TV. And I've been wrestling with a way to do this. I've been trying to figure this out. I swear to God, this is the truth. I've been trying to figure this part of it out for 6 months now. And I only recently haven't, so I'm going to tell you about it. Now, we're going to have to get lots and lots of people to kill themselves on demand. How are we going to do this? That's the question. How are we going to get large numbers of people to commit suicide at a time and place of our choosing? And I mean large numbers, because don't forget, besides sweeps, we're going to have to be thinking about 24-hour-a-day programming. So to make this work, we need organization. You need a system. Can't just sit around the studio all day long and wait for people to drop by and commit suicide. What we have to do is build up a large pool of hopeless people. Suicide volunteers, people with no hope, people whom society has given up on, fate has given up on, or who have given up on themselves. Rock bottom, dead end, totally fucked up people with no hope and no reason to live. And we got our share of them, folks. Think of it as a pyramid. That'll give you a visual fix on it. Think of it as a pyramid. The pyramid of the hopeless. We're going to start building this pyramid at the very base, naturally, and the bottom layer is going to be homeless people. God knows we got plenty of them. Nobody gives a fuck about them. Nobody's taking them. Nobody's got a plan. Nobody's got any money. Nobody's got a program. Nobody gives a fuck about homeless people. We don't know how many we have even. We know 500,000 of them are veterans because we're so good to the veterans in this country. And we know about 1,400,000.
Makes a very good point. There was actually a homeless veteran who got killed by police a couple blocks from my house. I knew him. He loved my dog. We'd walk by him all the time, stop, say hi. He'd pet Bandit. But yeah, I was a fucked up one too, because in the video you could see, he had something in his hand. It was like a pipe, and the cop shot him. And after the first shot, he turned around, and then the cop shot him like 4 or 5 more times. And it was kind of fucked up. What's worse was, because it was established that the cop was there because the homeless man had knocked out a C-Tran, which is the bus line here, C-Tran security guard. And, he had it coming. Blah, blah. Victim blaming. So to counter the victim blaming, I victim blamed the other victim. So what the fuck did he do to get hit in the head and knocked out by the homeless man? Well, it turned out he tried taking the homeless man's car. And like I said, he was a war vet. So his head wasn't all the way there, and you trying to take everything he has. So yeah, that's gonna come with some type of reaction. But yeah, that was a fucked up situation. Let's get back to this. But before we get back to this, I just gotta say, if a time machine ever gets invented, I'm going to go back in time and do everything I can to sit and smoke a joint with George Carlin. I just want to understand how his mind operates, because some of the stuff he comes up with is funny, man, but you just gotta be like, damn, how does his mind operate?
100,000 of them are children. So we got 1.5 million children, and then God knows how many more we got. Totally fucking hopeless. In the pyramid they go. Now the next group we're going to put in here is these are the people in prison with these long sentences they've been given. Many of them deserved, I'll grant you that. I'm sure half the people in prison are in there for things they really did. That's not a bad average, 1 out of 2. But nobody gives a shit about these people. Nobody's going to hire them if they do get out. They're never going to get out. Rehabilitation doesn't work. And the judges give them these fucking draconian sentences, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100-year sentences, life term, double life. One guy, about a month ago, was given 3 consecutive.
Prison systems. People talk about police reform. Yeah, we need some of that too. Personally, I think we need law reform. We need to reform the laws that the police enforce. And then, I also have some better accountability. But prison reform, we need that. Our prisons are not designed in a manner to make sure when people get out that they stay out. The return rate is extremely high because, as he just said, nobody's going to hire them. So what are they going to do? They're going to go right back to what they know. I'm sure there's plenty of people who come out of prison, who had every intention on going right back to what they were doing. But I'm sure there's also many who didn't. They went out, looked for jobs, couldn't find a job, tried to create their, whatever have you. They couldn't get there, so what are they going to do? They need income, so they're going to go back to what they know. My theory was, I'm not opposed to prison labor. However, I'm opposed to this bullshit 2-3 cents a day. Or 2-3 cents an hour, whatever the fuck it is. And, it's slave labor, essentially. I say they get paid the competitive wage for that job. Someone who's doing electrical work, for example, in prison, if they were outside of prison, they'd be getting 60. But because they're in prison, they're getting, $1 an hour. Who does that benefit? Benefits the people who are, collecting that extra $59. Doesn't do anything good for society. If anything, it takes jobs from unincarcerated people. The reason I say give them that competitive wage is you take it, you give them their competitive wage, whatever it may be, and you divide it up into 3. Right? They get that money. Well, they don't get all of it, but you take it and divide it up into 3. 1/3 of it pays their stay. The taxpayers are no longer burdened with paying for it. Another 1/3 of it that can go into their commissary. They can spend it in prison however they please. The final 1/3 needs to go into a bank account in their name, so that when they get out, they have money. They got a couple $1,000s stacked up so they can, get a legitimate place to stay. They can, have money to get them by until they can find a job. And then for those who, then offer different job trainings. Like, if we want to fix the crime in the country, we got to fix, we got to make the prison more reformatory. But let me not get on my soapbox for too long. Let's get back to it.
Life terms plus 2 death penalties. How the fuck do you serve that? Even David Copperfield can't do that shit. In order to do that, you'd have to be a Hindu. And then you got the people on death row. They ain't going anywhere. In the fucking pyramid they go. Now the next layer, this group is self-selected. Self-selected, and a bit controversial to some ears, I guess. These are these people who claim to be depressed, okay? Apparently in this land of plenty, this richest nation in the history of the world. We're so proud of saying that. Some supermarkets have 100,000 items in them. We have 19 million Americans claiming to be depressed. And some of them take medicine for it. Sometimes the medicine makes one of them commit suicide, and that depresses the shit out of the rest of them. Then you have these people who only think they're depressed. They think they're depressed because they saw the commercial on TV and the doctor looked like a good guy. The music sounded kind of peppy, and what the fuck, some of these pills will probably just pick me right up. Totally fucking hopeless mindset in the fucking pyramid. Up at the very top, we are going to put the people who are truly sick, the terminally ill. Unfortunately, no hope for a lot of them. Hundreds of thousands of them. There's no cure for what they have. Some of them, there's no cure because nobody's looking for one. They don't have people sick with it, so there ain't no money in the fucking cure. Then there's people there's a cure, but they don't have the money for it. There's another one that's a cure, but they're too far gone. There's other ones that's a cure, but there's no social means to get to it. So these people ain't going anywhere. They should be allowed to commit suicide. Boom! In the fucking pyramid they go. Now, think of what you got here, folks. Think of yourself as the executive vice president of programming at the All Suicide Channel. Think of what you have to work with in the pyramid of the hopeless. You have homeless, imprisoned, condemned, depressed, and terminally ill people. And I'm going to bet you anything. In this depraved culture of ours, bet you anything. With the reality show mentality we have on the All Suicide Channel, you could get 500 of these hopeless people to hold hands and jump into the Grand Canyon. I'll fucking bet you you could get that done in this country right this now. I'll bet you. For money. You got to give them something, you got to... Oh, shit, they're Americans. They're for sale. Give them a little something. Americans will do anything, but you got to give them a toaster, don't you? Give them a little prize of some kind. Everybody wants a gizmo. Give them a gizmo. Give them a cell phone. Give them a laptop. Give them a cell phone, takes a picture of a laptop. Give them a laptop, takes a picture of a cell phone. Give them one of them three-wheel vehicles. Give them an all-terrain vehicle. Give them one of them riding lawnmowers. Give them a snowblower. Give them an outdoor barbecue or a jet ski. Give them one of those things they buy for themselves when they're trying to take their minds off how badly they're getting fucked by the system. I know what you do. Just before these people jump, you give them a hat with a camera in it. And you tell them it's jump cam. Tell them you'll send the video home to the family. T-shirt. Who don't want a T-shirt? Everybody does. Give them a nice T-shirt. I committed suicide and all I got was a stupid fucking T-shirt. All right. Now, if you want to really raise the profile of this promotion, get some of those evangelical Christians to volunteer for it, and you call it Jump for Jesus. Jump for Jesus. They would bite. They would go for it. Hey, you got to be fair. Got to be fair about these Christians. They come in for a lot of abuse these days. So you do have to be fair. All a Christian really wants out of life is to die and go see Jesus. Give him a helping hand. Do the Christian thing. Tell them it's a shortcut to heaven. Mention the word martyr. Works on the Muslims, works on the Catholics, might work with these folks. You never know. Hey, I know. Give him a little encouragement. Go on, you fanatical fuck. He's down there. He's down there. He's down there. He's at the bottom of the canyon. Look for the man with the glowing head. Oh, you could have a lot of fun with a channel like that. But you know something, folks? Maybe you don't want to be on cable. Maybe you don't want to be on cable. It is a limited audience. You might want to widen out and get more people looking in. You're going to have to go to the broadcast networks, one of the big broadcast networks. And I don't know about you, but when I think about suicide and broadcast network television, I'm thinking Fox. Huh? I'm telling you, Fox. If the people at Fox ain't sitting around having meetings on an idea like this, they ain't doing their goddamn jobs over there. So you put this thing on Fox, get Budweiser to sponsor it. Budweiser and a whole bunch of car companies so people can be thinking about drinking and driving at the same time. Isn't that fun? Isn't it fun to watch the sporting events on American television? Drink this, drive that, fuck you. They don't care. They don't give a shit about you. And then every now and then they qualify the whole message. Drink responsibly. So you put this thing on Fox, and if you do, or on any broadcast network, you're going to have to bring in that younger audience. Everybody knows that. That's what the advertisers are looking for, is these 18 to 24-year-olds. You're going to have to get young people interested in this. You know how you get young people interested in suicide? You don't call it suicide. You call it extreme living.
All right. Pyramid of the hopeless. I had no clue where that was gonna go. And however, I'm not surprised where it went. That was very good, actually. You see, he creates so much stuff. On top of being funny, he creates so much stuff to talk about. You know. But that was one thing about George. Anyways, that was my reaction. If you like my reaction, go ahead, hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe. Um, Comment below anything you want me to check out. Sorry, my allergies are destroying me right now. If you didn't like it, go ahead, hit the dislike. Tell me in the comments why you ain't like it. Other than that, link to the original video will be in the description, as well links to my political and my 420 merch. Other than that, y'all have a nice night. Stay blazing. Thanks for watching.